So the Champions League draw is out. It came early in the day, and then Chelsea, even before the draw, we knew what we were expecting. So we got Bayern Munich. You know, we were definitely going to meet one of the big boys in the Champions League. So we got Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich is not any new opposition to us. You know, we beat them in the Champions League finals to win our first and our only Champions League trophy that we have. And then they also defeated us in 2013, that's the following year, under Pep Guardiola for Bayern and then Mourinho for Chelsea in the Super Cup finals when they defeated us on penalties. So this is just to speak about our last two meetings against Bayern Munich, even though after those competitive meetings we've met in a couple of friendly matches and ICC World Cup matches, but these two are the most recent competitive matches we've played against Bayern Munich. Is it a good draw for us? Is it favorable for us? I would say we got what we deserved because, you know, we were in a group which we could have topped easily, and then we placed second. So this is what we actually deserve. But you know, after the draw, some of Chelsea fans are down-spirited and you know, they are discouraged due to our recent slump in form. But you know, we are going to play the first leg in somewhere February, you know, 18th, 19th February. So we have more time to strengthen our squad. Most importantly, now that the transfer ban has been lifted, so we have more time to strengthen our squad, and maybe by the time we will go into the first leg, Chelsea will be ready. But the first leg would be played at Stamford Bridge. So we would definitely need a good result. And Stamford Bridge now, we are not even winning matches at Stamford Bridge. But we just hope things will turn around for us before we go into the Champions League game. You know, this is Official Gaddafi and you are live on Official Gaddafi TV. You know, about 80% of the people watching my video have not subscribed. Please, if you are watching this video, just look down there and then press that red button over there. Just subscribe for me, and then you hit the notification button so that you will get access to every, you know, major video that I bring out. Please subscribe. Today, going forward, we are going into a bit of transfer news. We are going to talk about Chelsea's links with Ben White of Leeds United, and then we are also going to talk about Jeremy BOGA, our interest in Jeremy BOGA, who happens to be our former player. Our recent run of poor form, you know, have made it necessary for Chelsea to strengthen this winter transfer window. Definitely, we need players, because if you look at the results that we are getting nowadays, it says it all. That Chelsea, we need to strengthen and we need to beef up this squad. This squad is not. It pains me to say this, but I think this squad is not capable of winning any major trophy. You know, we lost Eden Hazard to Real Madrid, and then Hazard went to Real Madrid. In the last season he played, that is last season, Hazard scored 16 goals and then made 15 assists. That is 31 goal contributions, and we lost this player. And unfortunately for us, we couldn't bring in any replacements due to the transfer ban, which have now been lifted. So I knew even before the season started, I knew we were going to have this kind of problem, even though I expected it to come early in the season, which wasn't the case. You know, last season, when you compare things, Sarri had a good start to life in the Premiership, and then after the year turnaround, somewhere inside January, he hit a rock. You know, I think that is the same thing happening to Frank Lampard. Lampard was enjoying a good run, a great run of form, and then all of a sudden, boom, Man City beat us, and then things have started going from bad to worse. You know, we are not winning even at Stamford Bridge, which used to be a fortress. You know, even the big boys could not even come to Stamford Bridge and win. And now we are losing to the likes of Bournemouth. Gosh, Bournemouth beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Wow, this is not the old Chelsea. And then this have raised so many questions about the capabilities of this squad and the tactical ability of Frank Lampard. You know, but I don't blame Lampard that much. Lampard inherited this squad, and he hasn't gotten any chance of bringing in his own, kind of players. The players that he believes will fit into his system. He's working with what he has. So I don't blame Lampard that much. But that being said, this is not Chelsea. A team like Chelsea, we don't lose to Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge. Even if it were to be at the Vitality Stadium, even that one is not accepted. It's not acceptable. How much more Stamford Bridge? So it has raised questions, and it has even opened our eyes to see things clear now. We can all agree that Chelsea need to strengthen the squad. Otherwise, our chances of qualifying for the top 4, I don't know, if we don't do something, if we don't be active in this winter transfer window, we may not qualify for the top 4. This is the hard truth. Because looking at our performances of late, if it's going to continue like this, then we have no chance of qualifying into the top 4. No. And then the Champions League, we are going to face Bayern Munich, which is not an easy task, which is not a match that we have our chances of qualifying to the next stage assured. No. We would have to fight. Even if Chelsea would have to qualify, it will come as a surprise to many of the footballing fans. So this is why we are going to talk about, a couple of players that Chelsea have been linked with. So the first player we are going to talk about is Ben White. His name is Ben White. I know many people don't know Ben White, including myself, until these rumors came up. And then I decided to look into the player. So his name is Ben White, and he currently plays for Leeds United in the Championship. But he is owned by Brighton. He is on loan at Leeds United. And he has been a revelation in the Championship this season. My last transfer video, we spoke about Benrahma, who is also in the Championship, playing for Brentford. So, there are good players in the Championship. And this Ben White happens to be one of them. And it is normal for the big clubs to be interested in young up-and-coming, players. Ben White is an English boy. He's 22 years of age, and then he plays as a centre back. He is that ball playing type of centre back. He has great vision in picking out passes from the back, and he can also carry the ball himself and then drive through the midfield and then give good passes. Ben White likes playing these short passes. And if you look at his stats, when you go to whoscored.com rates this boy very, very, very high. He has a 4.3 tackle and interception rate in the Championship, and he's also he boasts of 3.2 clearance rate. So this is the type of defender every top club will be looking for. And then his age is not bad. He fits the bill of the kind of players that Frank Lampard is looking to assemble. This Chelsea project is a long-term project. He's building a team for the future. So that is Ben White. And if you look at the picture on your screen, you can see his performances. You can see his performances. That he's a very great player. Leeds United this season, they have played 22 league matches and they have kept 12 clean sheets. 12 clean sheets, 5 more than even the second place team. So, per statistics, you can say Ben White is a good player. But you go to the extent of asking yourself, does this make sense? Does this make sense? Even though a section of the Chelsea fans are saying we need to beef up our centre-back options. But I think in our last 2 games, the pairing between Kedzuma and Antonio Rudiger has not been that bad. I think they feel comfortable than what we were seeing in the past. So, does it make sense? Do we need another centre-back when we already have 4? And even if we are to get in a centre-back, is Ben White the right candidate to come in? Because right now we need players who can just come in and then keep things moving. we don't have much time for players to come and settle, or I don't know, does it make sense? So let me know in the comment section below if you think it makes sense for Chelsea to go in for a centre back who is currently playing in the Championship. Even though he is good, he is very good, he has some great feet, so good passing, he tackles very well. You can see that from the picture showing on your screen. But should we go in for Ben White? Let me know what you think. The next player we are going to talk about is Jeremy BOGA. BOGA is no new player to Chelsea fans. And if he is new to you, then let me take you back. BOGA used to play for the academy. He came to Chelsea in 2009 from Marseille. And then during his time, he was rated very highly. Together with Charlie Musonda in their squad, they were rated very, very highly. And BOGA, during his time, he won 2 FA Youth Cup, and then he also won the UEFA Youth League. And then he even continued to win the Under-21 Premiership. So BOGA had a very nice time at Chelsea in the academy, even though in the first team he didn't get his chances. His only starts came in a contest last season when we had our shock defeat, 3-2 defeat to Burnley. Even though he has had a couple of pre-seasons with the first team. So last season he was sold to Sassuolo in the Italian Serie A for £3.5 million, which generated a lot of debates among Chelsea fans, because this is a player who had then gone on loan to a couple of clubs and performed really well. And then when he went to Sassuolo, he performed very well. So the price that they acquired him for was kind of very, very small according to the Chelsea fans. But let me take you into things now. Chelsea inserted a buyback clause in his contract, which was equal to the amount we sold him for. So the buyback clause was £3.5 million, and then we sold him for £3.5 million. So it's just a kind of a free loan. He's there even though they have signed him permanently, but it's in a kind of a free loan. Because if Chelsea need him back, we only have to give them their money back. Their 3.5 million which they used to sign, we just have to give it to them back, and then we will get our player back. And then right now Barcelona has gone in for BOGA. They have started talking to Sassuolo. So, and Chelsea right now, we also need wingers. In my last videos I was speaking about Sancho, I was speaking about Wilfred Zaha, who are all expensive targets. Sancho will cost you more than £100 million. Zaha will cost you 80 million or above. So if we have the opportunity to bring in BOGA for a mega £3.5 million, why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? Because right now Barcelona have started negotiations with Sassuolo, and Chelsea has shown interest in BOGA. And we also need a winger. A winger who can play in the tight spaces like he does. Maybe in the January transfer window, it is likely Pedro is going to leave, and then we will definitely need a replacement. Pedro have started negotiating with a couple of teams, including Aston Villa in the Premiership. So let me know what you think from the comment section below. If you think we should go in for BOGA and then forget about Wilfred Zaha due to the price difference. 80 million for Zaha is not a small money, And then Sancho for over £100 million, which looks unlikely that we'll get him even in this winter transfer window. So let me know if you think we should go in for BOGA. Jeremy BOGA, that is his name, Jeremy BOGA. He's a French international. Whether we should go in for Jeremy BOGA or we should splash the money on Wilfred Zaha. We are in difficult times. And I think this poor run of form has come at a very good time. This will enlighten us, or this will open our eyes to go into the market, be active in the market, and splash the money to come and strengthen our squad. Because this couldn't have come at any better time for me. But still, I'll plead with Chelsea fans to relax and then let's have patience for Frank Lampard. This is a long-term project, so we would have to give him time. You meet these things You know, you will definitely meet slums along the road, but we don't have to give up. He is one of our own. So these are the, transfer stories that I have for you today. This is official Gaddafi TV. And please, like I said, 80% of the people watching this video have not subscribed. So please, if you are interested in the video, if you want me to be able to do more of these videos, please and please subscribe to the channel. Let the family grow. Let the blue family grow. Blue till I die. I'm out.